5 years ago, a pandemic swept across the globe, locking everyone inside of their home. One of those people was a young, naive teenager who was about to make a mistake that changed his life forever. He logged on to Hypixel and started his very own Skyblock profile. The person in question is CG Cypress. All jokes aside, I joined Skyblock 5 years ago, and a lot has happened in that time. I graduated high school, grew this channel, got a girlfriend, became a furry. One thing that remained constant and always came back was Hypixel Skyblock. Sure, I may not play it as often, but anytime I get bored, I'll hop on Skyblock, maybe mine, run around the hub talking to friends, claim my minions, or even farm carrots on the garden.
Shake it off. You invite us to get down to, quote, this sick beat.
But we aren't here for some backstory. We are here for one thing only, and this to show off my progress in the 5 years I've had this profile. So the sweats can all point and laugh at me with their Hyperions and Necron armor. Wait, what's a Dark Claymore? So without further ado, here is my 5-year-old Skyblock profile. Hello everyone, so this is my main island. So as you can see, we got the cocoa farm, pretty useful until they came out with the garden. And we got the cactus farm, that's also that's pretty useful until they came out with the garden. And then here we have this beautiful farm that's a work in progress. Spent a lot of time designing and building it. Start farming here and it'd be finished growing by the time I was here. Then they came out, then they came out with the garden. And I'm not sad about that at all. Then over here, we have the only thing that's not ruined by the garden, and that's my minion house thing. As you can see, there is not a whole lot of minions, except for emerald minions. These are my voluntary workers. They work 24/7. They do not get paid. As you can see, I've had these guys down for a long time, as I am pretty high on the emerald collection. Then back from my streaming days, this is the wall of donations. I didn't ever really put down what people gave me. I just kind of thanked them. But we got a fell sword, and we got the fell sword, and we got an aspect of the dragons. It's pretty good. Then we got 2 Bigfoot lassos. Bigfoot lassos. Then over here we got someone who gave me a stick. Then we got the dirt block I spent 10,000 coins on. Then we got the stonks, I'm sure those are still pretty worthless, right? Wait, what do you mean they're worth 2 million coins? Then over here we got the wall of appreciation. Also, thank you for 100 subscribers, and 200, and 300, 1600, and 1700. So thank you for that. Alright, so next I figured we show off the ender chest. Whoa, crazy stuff, I know. Gemstone gauntlet. I know, it's better than a Devon's drill. Then we got my Reaper falchion. Crazy stuff for some early game zombie slayer. We got my Runan's bow. Best bow in the game, I know. My carrot hoe. I farmed carrots for a little bit. Then we got this page, stuff I've done from the end. We've got these old dragon fragments that look like player heads for some reason. Alright, over here we got the best armor in the game. Ready? We've got the Flame Breaker armor set. Really good armor. Then over here we got my best set of armor, the Superior Dragon armor set. Got my Devon armor set, and we got my garden stuff, So, I'm pretty stacked. Alright, now we're at the garden. Over here, we've got the mushroom farm. We got the mushroom farms. I actually built that one pretty recently. Took a long time, but it was worth it. Then we got my sugarcane over here. Don't ever farm this. Then we got the pumpkins that I don't farm. And then we got the cocoa beans that I don't farm. And the melons I don't farm. We got the old inefficient wheat farm, and we got the cactus I don't farm. I just like farming carrots. I don't have a problem. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright guys, now we are on the Sky Limo, or Sky Crypt I guess, hearse, with 5.6 million, you know, nothing worth, and then a 2 billion net worth, not too shabby. We got my weapons aspect of the Jerry, looking sharp, and then we, you know, got all these accessories, I know, maxed out to the max, you know, couldn't have any more accessories. Then we got some of my pets, you know, very plentiful again. If we scroll down, we've got my dungeon stats. Okay, over here, we've got our Slayers. You know, we got Zombie Slayer 7. You know, we got Spider Slayer 4. You know, the Wolf 5 and Enderman 2. Then down here, we've got our minions, alright? So we haven't even crafted some of these minions. It's kind of sad. Then over here, we have our collections. You know, we got, you know, decent amount in farming. You know, we're farming a little bit of carrots. Then, you know, in here, we are obviously going all in on emeralds. And now, for the one stat you've all been waiting for. Total play time. The stat is the one-all be-all. Tells you how much time you spent wasting your life on Skyblock. Without further ado. That's right, guys. For the low price of 1,019 hours, you too can achieve the same mediocrity that I have on this profile. Cypress, what's the point of making this video? Well, there's two reasons. One, I just kind of want to be a little nostalgic and make a Skyblock video. I haven't done it in a long time. And two, I want to start a new profile, and I want to relearn this game and get back into it. That's probably the worst sentence I could have ever said for my sanity. But I mean, come on, how bad can Skyblock be? And with the click of a button, a new journey begins.